Hi everybody, I'm Stephen Maxwell and welcome to this episode of KSLA Investigates Cold Cases. It's been over 35 years since a girl went missing in Hallsville, Texas, and to this day, we still don't know what happened to her. On May 20th, 1989, Kimberly Norwood was walking home on a dirt road in Hallsville. Kimberly's mother, Janice, says it was a Saturday afternoon and Kim was supposed to be walking home with friends. Her three friends told law enforcement that they walked Kim halfway home before they turned around to head back home. That was the last time anyone ever saw Kimberly. Here's a computer-generated picture from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children showing what Kimberly would look like at 46 years old. And it's a case KSLA has been following for decades. Today we'd look back at a special report from Dominic Ben from 2011, 22 years after Kimberly went missing.
Somewhere along this dirt road in these lonely backwoods of Hallsville, Texas, lies a mystery of what happened to 12-year-old Kimberly Norwood.
It's still, even now, after 22 years, sometimes it just doesn't seem real.
Janice Norwood is talking about the day her daughter disappeared.
Kim's family says she was walking on this dirt road home with some more little girls that Saturday afternoon. Witnesses tell authorities that Kim was in this area when she went missing without a trace.
Janice says the three girls told law enforcement that they turned around to go back home somewhere along the walk, and that Kim decided to walk the rest of the way home by herself, about a mile. No one knows what happened next. For weeks and months, the disappearance made local headlines. Divers even searched wells just yards away from where the girls were walking. They came up empty-handed. The family even made national headlines when they appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Kim's father, Bobby Norwood, says their heart is broken.
Somebody let us know something, because this is killing us name now, 20-something years later.
From the very beginning, it was difficult. It truly was.
Harrison County Sheriff Tom McCool says his agency has investigated hundreds of leads in his 10 years in office. McCool wasn't sheriff back then, but knows the case well. He was working in Harrison County as a game warden for the state. He says while it is a cold case, it is not a closed case. Investigators have persons of interest, although he wouldn't tell KSLA News 12 who those people are.
We will continue to look and do anything and at everything we can to try to bring closure to this case.
And that means working with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Kim disappeared when she was 12 years old. Today, she would be 34. This is how she may look today based on this computer-generated age progression released last month by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
Someone who has information that has never been conveyed to law enforcement will, for some unknown reason, decide to tell the truth.
There is also a possibility that Kim could have been harmed, and since it was many years ago, DNA samples would be the only way to identify her remains. KSLA News 12 has learned last month the Harrison County Sheriff's Office took new DNA samples, this time from Kim's sister for a closer match. Previous samples were from her parents.
We just want to make sure that we have the very best sampling of DNA to cross-match with any remains that may be found across the United States. We certainly hope that that's not the means by which Kimberly is found.
Last month, human remains were found in a brushy area in Upshur County, Texas. That's about 30 miles away from Kim's home in Hallsville. No clothing or other evidence was found, but Janice Norwood is still holding out hope that her daughter is still alive.
She's got to know that we just didn't just forget about her. You know, she's got to know that.
So we've been trying to get a hold of the Harrison County Sheriff's Office to do an updated interview on where the case stands today, 35 plus years later. We've been talking back and forth, but we still haven't nailed down a date just yet. We've been talking for the past several months. Also, in a Facebook post, Kimberly's sister says that Kimberly's mother, Janice, passed away in 2020. If you have any information on this case, reach out to the Harrison County Sheriff's Office. Thanks for watching. See you next week.